Good morning, happy Sunday, and welcome to live coverage of Major League Table Tennis, the first ever interdivisional weekend for MLTT here in Rock Hill, South Carolina. The Sports and Events Center has been a fantastic home for this event all weekend long, and the final day of competition begins with a showdown between the first place Carolina Gold Rush and the surging Texas Smash, East versus West. And so far, East has been dominant. One more day of competition. All four East teams have done exceptionally well. The Bay Area Blasters have been the best in the West. Texas still in fourth, but they are closer to the rest of the pack because they have had the second best record in the West Division this weekend, only behind the Bay Area Blasters. Going to be tough today against Carolina, but that's why they play the games. Welcome and good morning, everybody. Evan Lepler with the Hall of Famer Sean O'Neill. We'll look at the lineup and the schedule for a moment. Let's talk about Carolina, though, first of all. They have been the dominant team against the East, against the West, against everybody. What has stood out most to you about the Gold Rush?
I think it's the doubles, the mixed doubles pair of Enzo Angles and Hong Lin. They get the job done every time, and then Angles goes on for more points in the singles.
Yeah, they have just been emphatic with their play. But as we jump into the schedule, Enzo and Hong Lin will certainly have an advantage in the singles and in the doubles. But in the other three singles matches today, I think you could make a case that Texas could not just be competitive today, but might actually come out on the right end. I like Daryl Sau's chances to be competitive with Kai Jong. Yohan Rebate against Jeremy Hazin should be interesting. And Hiromitsu Kasahara is actually higher rated MLTT-wise right now than Romain Lawrence. So there's a roadmap for the Smash here today, despite what the standings say coming in.
No, absolutely. The Texas Smash always comes prepared. I just can't wait for the very first match. I've got David McBeth in my fantasizer team. He's always so fun to play, but what a player with Enzo Angles. Lefty, plays the entire table with his forehand, comes up with amazing shots. Hopefully McBeth can take a step back and match him power for power.
So we know who you're rooting for because you always.
And I told David before
team.
the match, I was like, I just want to let you know, I've got you on my fantasy team.
Well, that's putting a lot of pressure on him. He's going to avoid eye contact with you if things don't go well. What will be the key for him against Enzo, who has really been heads and shoulders the top singles player in the entire league so far?
I think the biggest key is to get back an extra 2 or 3 feet to launch a heavy topspin to neutralize the speed of Enzo. He is so quick from his backhand corner as a lefty, playing the entire table, that if McBeth can, both on the backhand side and forehand side, make that first heavy topspin, maybe elicit a block, then he can get his offense going. But otherwise, it's going to be tough, as no one's had an answer for Enzo so far this league.
I mean, he's relentlessly solid and also incredibly explosive.
His footwork is really the key to everything. He's able to pick and choose when he plays his devastating forehand attacks, up to the table, off the bounce. Backhand's a little bit safer. Forehand, amazing.
Well, David McBeth has had an interesting weekend going against some of the league's top players. He's gone against Damian Provost, Daniel Gorak, Yevgen Prishepa, and now he faces Enzo Angles. So you want to be a top player for your team? That's the difficult lineup that you get to face in a weekend showcase like this. So great to have you with us here on Table 1. Adam Bobrow and Matt Hetherington have Table 2 coverage of Chicago and Seattle on the Adamcast across the way. We'll be checking in over there from time to time as well. There's the colorful Adam Bobrow. And trust us, Matt is behind the monitor there, obstructed, but he's as dapper as always. David McBeth, you know, a guy that is certainly capable of the big game performance, but we've just seen how tough Enzo is. I mean, he entered this weekend the #1 ranked player in the league, and we have not seen any reason that he won't be #1 coming out. He was 20-7 in 9 singles matches, 20-7 in games. He was even better than that in doubles, coming in paired with Hong Lin. So we begin with Carolina and Texas, Chicago and Seattle on the adjacent table. And then later today, we'll have Florida and Portland here on table 1. Princeton in the Bay Area Blasters will be on table 2 at 2:30 Eastern. To review the format of Major League Table Tennis, every team match features 4 singles matches. They're all 3 games to 11. No deuce scoring, so you do not have to win by 2. Creates the golden point dynamic at 10-all. The 1 doubles match doesn't have to be mixed doubles, but feels like it this weekend.
A lot of teams are strategically placing the female player into the doubles instead of having her play.
And of course, it all culminates
a mixed singles match.
All culminates in the Golden Game. So far, teams that have had the lead going into the Golden Game are 10-2.
Game 1. Smash. Sure.
21 points up for grabs in the standings. Every point counts. Texas does not want to be in last when we head to 2024.
And Enzo right out of the box, aggressive on the serve, and not giving McBeth a chance to get set off the table to really add his heavy topspin on both sides.
Quick 3-0 lead for Enzo Angles. 28-year-old Frenchman. He's been in the top 100 in the world.
And that's what McBeth needs to do. Get far enough into the point where he can deliver strong topspin either from the forehand or backhand side, making it very tough to loop off the bounce.
Two straight for McBeth after falling behind 3-0. Three now. John, we quickly want to get your thoughts on the singles match going on across the way between Chicago's Damian Provost and Seattle's Nikhil Kumar. That's also 3-all in the opening game.
Very interesting. Instead of a contrast in styles, very similar. Both lefties, both like to play a lot of off pace with the backhand and then a big forehand. It's really going to come down to who wins that first game to put the momentum into the rest of the match. And this is where McBeth wants to be. If both players are off the table, the speed of Angles is completely neutralized. The height of McBeth gets a lot more topspin when he's off the table.
So how does he push him off the table? What's his mindset to try to implement that strategy?
Yeah, he's got to get these serve returns first of all, and then play it deep to the middle, get Enzo to step back a half a step, and then just keep putting more and more topspin on the ball. Trying to take away the angles from Enzo directly on the first and second shot. Not easy to get back during a rally when an opponent is trying to send you at extreme angles. There you could see Angles going for the wide ball out, but start in the middle. That cuts the angles down quite a bit.
No question who's the loudest of the 4 players on the table right now. Seattle's Nikhil Kumar always brings the high energy, trying to set the tone for his spinners team. Neither Texas nor Seattle or Portland have won a team match yet here this weekend in Rock Hill. This morning's the last chance, and David McBeth has had enough of the losing.
And Enzo really respects the power of McBeth. He knows if he tosses a ball up softly, McBeth is going to just jump on it, that time down the line. Excellent forehand attack. And that time, Angles did a very nice job. It clipped the top of the net. Very common with these players to often hit a ball that's going to take a funny bounce.
McBeth hanging with the #1 draft pick in first MLTT draft right here.
And very good footwork. Got in very quickly, got back out. Nice work.
7-all, opening game.
Having a lot of difficulty with that short serve on the forehand side. Anglaise has scored repeatedly.
Too good from Enzo there. Third ball attack.
And that's what Enzo wants to do. Quality serve, have that ball pop up just a wee bit, and then step around and deliver a strong third ball.
Wow. 10-7 lead now for Anglaise.
Going for broke over the table, great backhand flip.
Anglaise takes game one over David McBeth, 11-7.
And Anglaise just able to dictate both on the serve and serve return. One level stronger than McBeth. McBeth had a chance to get some of his top spins in, but really it was down to Anglaise just controlling that first ball, adding a lot more speed, a lot more placement.
Enzo's weekend began against the Bay Area Blasters, Tao and Zhang. Enzo took 2 out of 3 against Tao. Nikhil Kumar just took the opening game over Damian Provost over in the Seattle-Chicago match. It is a great morning to have 2 screens going or both broadcasts up on the same screen if that's the best you can do. And there's certainly plenty of exciting action here in Rock Hill. Final event of 2023, Major League Table Tennis. The season began in September down in Daytona Beach, Florida, and then the following weekend in Santa Cruz, California. East Division had 2 more weekends in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and in Chicago, Illinois. The West Division convened in Houston, Texas, and then just a couple weeks ago in Pleasanton, California, out in the East Bay near Oakland. We will gather together again in 2024.
Second game.
Florida, early January. Sean O'Neill's hometown of Portland, Oregon.
Can't wait to have everyone coming out.
Late January, looking forward to that. Sean has promised good weather for late January in Portland. And he will face the consequences if that does not come to fruition.
No umbrellas needed.
0-1.
So McBeth strikes first here in game 2.
Smart move by McBeth, deciding to go for the heavy chop deep into the backhand. Problem is that Anglaise is so fast, able to step around the ball. That's a very smart way to neutralize somebody with speed, just to juice up the chop. Now, Evan, anytime I see McBeth really moving his feet, I'm feeling good, because that means he's setting up his shot. He's not just playing the ball to the side that it was played to.
And that's especially important for a guy of his size and stature.
And that's a weakness of somebody tall. They're not going to move as much because they've got the extended reach. So those balls in the middle are very difficult. So if he can move around, get a forehand into play, makes it much more difficult to play against him.
We've talked about this Enzo ball toss. That was a more moderate throw. And McBeth takes care of the point.
Yeah, Enzo will modify how high he tosses it, which is, again, just one more thing that opponent has to worry about. You just can't get used to, whether it's a low toss, medium toss, or his high toss. And McBeth had a chance there.
You said that some players will use the high ball toss to generate a little more power and spin.
More spin, because as the ball's coming down, there's greater velocity. It also takes the opponent's eyes off the contact as they're following the ball to go up. You're not necessarily focused like you would on a lower toss, just looking directly at the racket. And you can hear Anglaise.
4-3.
Why did that make him so angry?
You don't want to miss the easy balls. That ball was so makeable, and he does not want to give up the lead, especially to somebody of McBeth's caliber.
fights and gets it right back. 4-all. I mean, no one will throw the ball on the, or toss the ball on the serve as high in this league as Enzo Anglais. Again, another
mid-toss.
Yeah. Nothing compared to what we've seen from him, where he almost hits the ceiling sometimes.
5-4.
You can see if a serve goes off the end of the table and just trails out,
5-5.
McBeth has such strong topspin. If he can establish that first loop, forces the opponent to have to block the ball back, and he'll just stay with the offense then. Look at the shot. Look at the power there. McBeth just delivering a great blow.
6-5.
Perfect backhand, and then just steps into that forehand.
Net ball, apology, works out for Anglais, 6-all.
6-6.
Even though Anglais was attacking, once McBeth gets back, he's got so much more spin. Very difficult to go after that with pure speed because the ball's dipping. Again, there's the deep push that's going to make it very difficult for Anglais to step around and to go for a third ball attack. That time he spun the ball up. McBeth got in his stance. Great counterattack.
Oh, Anglais lost his footing on the forehand. An opportunity goes astray.
It almost feels like Anglais knows he needs to score the point before McBeth can get back into his stance. Look at that.
9-6 lead now for Texas's David McBeth.
And that's why I have him on my fan team. Great power.
Catches a break with a let. Could have just as easily been a fault there.
Climbed over. Wow.
Anglais back within 2.
7-9.
Damian Provost has evened up his match with Nikhil Kumar across the way. An 11-5 win for Provost in game 2 after dropping the opener 11-8. So they're headed to a rubber game. Feels like we will as well, unless Anglais can rally. 3 game points though here for McBeth.
And you can see Anglais not happy at all.
7-10.
Just great counterattack by McBeth.
That's one of the things about Enzo is just he carries himself in a way with such high expectations. You know, he
10-8.
exudes frustration when he misses a ball because he really expects to make every one.
He also respects Mr. McBeth and his style of play. And now we are tied up at 1 game apiece.
11-8.
McBeth
Match.
establishing that he can get back into that power position off the table. And again, no one has been able to figure out the Anglais' speed and angles. McBeth taking the half a step back, that time getting the point directly on the serve, but very effective style.
So Jorg Bitzigayo chatting with his player David McBeth, Alex Yang doing the same with Enzo Anglais. Meanwhile, over on table 2, Damian Provost and Nikhil Kumar are in game 3 on the Adam Cast, Adam Bobro's YouTube page. 2-0 lead in game 3 for Provost. Kumar just got back within 1. But David McBeth really turned it around in game 2. took a lead, was able to hang on.
Excellent job of getting in position, giving himself enough time to take a full backswing, and then delivering very heavy topspin counterattacks.
Time. Game 3. Match serve.
Great play by both players.
0-1.
McBeth would love to be in that type of point each and every time if possible.
What are the factors that this deciding game will come down to, do you think?
It's really if McBeth can get past the
1-1.
serve. He had a couple unforced errors on that short serve to the forehand. Can't afford to give away. Much better serve return there. Touched the net. McBeth quickly acknowledged that. Enzo just feeling the pressure. It's a different style that he's been up against in Major League Table Tennis.
Oh, David McBeth unleashing the forehand power.
Just taking it inside out after a bunch of short chop blocks to keep the ball in play.
Bam.
Tries it again, and this time whiffs.
3-2.
McBeth would love to have this shot back.
Two polar opposite shots, those last two big swings.
Next.
Timeout over on table 2. Yasuni Kilkumar chatting with his team. He trails 5-2 in that deciding game 3 over there.
Angle's taking a little bit of a risk here, going for the quick backhand flip with a lot of spin directly off the serve. Angle's really picking and choosing when to go for the shot and when to just keep strong placement. McBeth needs to move his feet on those forehands. Very difficult to deliver a strong ball after playing a backhand and not moving your feet. Just want to open up the hips a little bit, let those shoulders rotate. And issues with the serve return.
Which side?
Angle's constantly changing the amount of spin and the placement.
Kai Jong,
3-5.
Errol Sao.
Match serve.
That is going to be some big forehands.
If the serves aren't good in that match, we're not going to wait for third ball attacks. We'll see a lot of second ball attacks.
Exactly. One thing you can count on, both those players looking for the opportunity.
Angles opens up a 6-4 lead here.
6-4.
That's the thing about Enzo. It may look like he's on the verge of getting flustered, but like the feeling of being flustered, somehow he sharpens his game. Got him off the table, and he still could not put him away as Anglais stays alive and wins the point.
I mean, you'll see when these players are both off the table, Angles is fighting to keep his forehand in. McBeth is comfortable playing the backhand attack and then going for the big winner on the forehand, just missed down the line.
Another tricky serve. McBeth lets go a roar of frustration. Angles seizes control here at game 3.
And that has been the difference here. The missed serve returns. cannot afford to give your opponent 2 to 3 free points per game because you're not getting the serve back on the table. And there's the power of McBeth.
5-8.
Two in a row for David. And the big Brit has sliced the 4-point gap in half.
8-6.
Angles felt something off with the ball, wants a new one.
Sometimes when it's in your hand, you can feel the crack. That serve.
Next.
What a point! McBeth is within one.
And you could just see the contrast in styles with
7.
Angles fighting to get his forehand in. McBeth just taking his time, very selective, seeing the ball and playing it strong out to the forehand side.
Goes
Timeout, Carolina. Angles still clinging to the 1-point lead. However, David McBeth on a 3-0 rally. Meanwhile, exciting stuff over on table 2 with Provost and Kumar. Damien leading Nikhil 9-7 in game 3 over there. Let's check out this recent McBeth rally. 3 straight points.
Just big forehand again. The goal is to get Angles off the table. Once he's off the table, he's really limited to what he can do because he's a forehand-oriented player. That wide forehand will always be left open. McBeth sees it and delivers.
time.
Just heard a big roar from Provost across the way. He's up 10-8 with a couple of game points coming to take a 2-1 victory over Nikhil Kumar.
8-7.
Fans filing in, enjoying themselves. Out of the timeout, Angles serving.
Oh, beautiful forehand flip. Went in as if to drop it short.
8.
Just continued the follow through, and we are tied up at 8 apiece. Net balls. McBeth has gotten a number early in the first 2 games, but this time
8-9.
Angles able to take advantage.
Provost did finish off Kumar 11-8 to take a 2-1 win for Chicago. Angles, one step closer.
So strong in that serve return. Just got his backhand over the table. Extremely effective. Side spin flip, and then stepping around the backhand to deliver a mighty blow with the forehand.
Game points, Enzo Angles. Good night.
Game over. 2.
Solid
Goes next.
plan on this ball. Great getting the forehand in and then having the presence to stay there, expecting the return, but then finding the open court to the wide forehand. Excellent play.
So Angles takes it 2-1. Another good start for the East Division as Carolina and Chicago, their top players, each take 2 out of 3. Valiant effort from McBeth. He was down 8-4. He closed the gap to 8-all. But a key timeout may have helped turn the tide. Enzo Angles joins us now. Enzo, you had an 8-4 lead in game 3. McBeth able to score 4 in a row. You took the timeout at 8-7. What was that just to take a deep breath, or was there a point from one of your teammates or coaches that helped to get you back on track?
No, actually, it's the set I was playing the best. Today I'm tense. If you have an answer to that, I take it. But no, I could deal with that, and yeah, it was not moving so well, but it's okay. I could manage. I'm happy. I'm happy because yeah, he gave me a lot of struggle with my backhand today. My backhand was not here, but at the end of the game, I could manage to find some good placement. So it's actually I'm happy. Let's say with the 2 points, even if I wanted obviously to take 3.
It seemed also, Enzo, that on the serve and serve return, you really did exceptionally well. He had so much trouble with your serve, missing a lot in the first 2 games, but more importantly, on your serve return, how aggressive you were in the game 3.
I had to because if I'm not aggressive in the first one, then he take control over and over, and then I'm struggling. So I had to be really aggressive in the first ball, and to play more forward. I was too far from the table.
Enzo, we noticed some of the different heights of your ball tosses in that particular game. How do you decide which ball toss to use?
It's not me who decides, the lights.
Really?
Yeah. So like the second set, for example, I struggled because I could not really serve. And after I managed in the last set to change just a little thing how I throw the ball, you know, about 1 centimeter, that I don't get bothered by the light. But I mean, it's not this hole is everywhere, right? It's things we cannot change. So I'm happy to have managed well and bring 2 points for the team anyway.
Thanks for your perspective, Enzo. Always good to chat with you after a win. We'll see you in doubles. Thanks.
Yeah.
With the height of his toss, he's going to have a chance to see almost every light in the ceiling as it's going up. So when he talks about a 1 centimeter difference, it's where it is to the left, to the right, but then also how high it's going so it doesn't get in a blind spot.
Kai Jiang serving first against Daryl Sal. Expecting some firepower between these two. Sal, the youngster, is 16 years old. Jiang in his mid-20s.
So both players are going to attack on every ball. Kai Jiang not as sharp as he was when he was training full-time in Europe, but more seasoned. Daryl Sal, very fast. He's going to try to get that first attack in, and hopefully he can move it around and not just play forehand to forehand. Kind of joke about hitting the opponent's racket. He needs to move the ball so he forces Kai to actually move around the court before going for his blistering attacks.
Fair to say, Sean, that a guy like Daryl Sal and kind of a next generation of table tennis players you feel like will benefit the most from Major League Table Tennis?
Absolutely, absolutely. Daryl Sal, Andrew Sal, a number of our up-and-coming juniors.
Adi Serene.
Absolutely, and Adi right now is finishing up in the Youth World Championships.
Why is that? Just because they have an opportunity to play a higher level of opponents more consistently?
Yeah, not have to travel halfway around the world to get competition. The number of different styles, it's basically like they're able to play in the European and Asian leagues. We've got so many players from both locations. Experience is so important in table tennis, and that's what Major League Table Tennis brings to every player. Chance to play so many different styles in a pressure-packed arena with the team element is another thing that really helps. And Kai Jiang is having some issues right now with his forehand. He needs to settle down just to get the first ball on the table.
Kai Jiang entered this weekend with a winning record. Almost everyone from Carolina played well this
Look
weekend.
at that forehand.
Carolina, the first 3 days, the first 3 matches over the course of 2 days, 21 points available. So it's 63 points available. They had 52 points out of the possible 63. They beat their opponents 52 to 11 the first 3 matches here in Rock Hill. That's astonishing. Domination. 16-5 over the Bay. 20 to 1 over Portland. And the biggest blitzkrieg we've seen so far in MLTT. And then they beat Seattle 16-5 in their only match on Saturday. All the East Division teams have done well, but Carolina entered as #1 and they have widened their lead above the rest.
Just sending a strong message within the conference, but then also cross country. You do not want to be playing them in the semifinals of the playoffs.
And that's the thing, Sean. I mean, the West Division still feels totally wide open based upon who's going to be available and who's going to raise their level the second half of the season. The East, it feels like Carolina's running away with it. But the 2 spot, an edge ball there, Kai Jong apologizing, but he'll take it, 9-6 lead. The 2 spot, I mean, Princeton was 16 points behind Florida for the 2 spot coming into the weekend. They have made up 5 of those points so far, so they're 11 down as we start this Sunday. And it feels like Princeton is rounding into shape. I'm not here going to predict that they're going to overtake Florida just yet, because it looks like Daniel Gorak's been back on track. He and Ekholm have been a very solid doubles pairing. Ojo's mojo still is strong. But it's definitely a really interesting race in the East Division for the 2 spot. And look, we have seen Chicago have great moments of success.
In singles especially.
Yeah, they've struggled doubles. In the Golden Game, they've been snake bit. But if you were to tell me Chicago gets hot in the second half of the season, I would not be shocked by that at all. And Kai Jong tossing his racket towards the net ball. All of a sudden, Daryl Sow has evened this opening game up 9 apiece.
This is where there's few points early on that Kai had the ball on his rack and just missed easy attacks. You start thinking about him at this time. Possibly could have been an 11-6, 11-5 game, and now we're tied at 9-all. But that's a big point for Kai Jung. Great serve return, keeping it short and low, forcing a very difficult shot. Darryl jumped over to play his backhand on the forehand side.
That's a nice forehand, and Daryl Sow sets up our first golden point on this Rock Hill Sunday.
Kai with the serve.
Which one of these 2 righties will rock this golden point? Kai Jong prevails, 11-10.
Great location to make that opening loop. Stepped around, spun it down the line. So difficult to get over that ball when Kai Jong puts so much topspin. Right after it lands on the table, it is diving straight down. Great placement. You can contact it, but to cover it, not easy.
So we had a golden point opening game of second singles here on table 1. Over on table 2 across the way, golden point right now. Give you a little bonus coverage. Dan Liu serving to Andrew Sow. This is 10-all, Sean. The pen holder, Dan Liu, trying to win it for Chicago. But it's Andrew Sow for Seattle. That ties up that match 2-2 through the first 4 points.
Needs to go for a bigger shot on that one. And you have Andrew Sow just ready to pounce on the counterattack. You've got to put something behind that first loop.
That's the interesting thing about table tennis. We talked a little bit about it yesterday, but even if you're not all that confident, you need to go for your shots.
Yeah.
because you're just kind of setting up your opponent to smash it against you if you don't. All right, game 2. I love having the two tables back and forth, bouncing around.
1-0.
So much unrelenting action.
That's why it's so important to come here as a spectator, because then you can see every other point you've got action going. Trouble is when both tables go into the extended rallies, you don't know where to look. Oh, look at the backhand of Kai Jung. Great block followed up by a strong topspin off the bounce. Super angle.
Oh my goodness, Kai Jung. Hello.
I mean, Darryl Sal made a great backhand opening off of a half-long serve. Problem was it was in Kai Jung's wheelhouse. Just took it for the winner.
2-3.
Very
That's Kai's game.
4-2.
Anytime Kai can get a full swing, whether it's a backhand or forehand, just the speed of his ball. He's not placing it on the table like Dan Liu. He's finishing it every opportunity. Very,
5-2 lead now in game 2.
very nice topspin when they get into the backhand-to-backhand exchanges by Kai Jung. Taking it early off the bounce. Not giving Darryl Sal a chance to step around and play his forehand on the ball. A nice touch. Short and low.
2-6.
Kai Jung going for the winner off the serve.
3-6.
Trying to keep constant pressure. Strong backhand by the youngster, Darryl.
6-4.
Got away from Sal there.
And those are just free points for Kai Jung. You've got the big forehand and backhand. You love winning points on your serve.
Felt like Kai's been in control of this game. You know, it's only 7-5.
He's been taking all the
5-7.
swings, which is normal. Kai isn't going to play a lot of safe, keep it on the table. He's going to go for the winner from all locations, especially on the backhand side. That time, unable to connect well.
6-7.
Darryl just putting constant pressure, not getting his loops in as much. Just trying to stay. Nice serve there. Excellent deep serve with the reverse pendulum. Caught Kai Jung stepping in. Had to push it back. Excellent placement.
Seven here in game 2. And Sal has surged in front.
7-8.
Darryl just, again, that constant pressure, keeping the ball in play, forcing Kai Jung to go for the big shots. Nice serve by Kai.
8-8.
Kai mixing it up. This serve a little deeper. I think it surprised Daryl how high it was.
Said in the open, this match is going to be competitive. Certainly has lived up to the hype. 11-10 for Jong in game one. He's got a 9-8 lead now in game two.
Oh, unfortunate break.
Daryl can't believe it.
And Evan, this is where the Gold Rush seem to always have an answer. Close games at the end.
8.
They play smart locations. They don't go for too much. They put their game into play. Look for Kai to go for a third ball attack.
Wow. Sal stays alive. And Jong really wants to win it here on his serve. If Sal can win this point, he'll have a chance to serve on the Golden.
That was a little bit of a crazy backhand. Took it early. Didn't give a chance
10-10.
for the ball to breathe or get to the top of the bounce. Just ripped it into the net. And once again, these two fellows.
Golden point. Sal serving. And Sal has evened this match up 1 game apiece.
Game
Really strong block on the opening loop.
11.
And then perfect placement into the body. Kai relegated to just taking a swing across his body with this forehand, but not in position. Just jamming it into the net.
Stricken faces on the Carolina Gold Rush bench. Now these golden points, everything can hinge on just the one swing, the one piece of good fortune or misfortune as the ball ticks off the top of the net. And this is just with 1 point on the line. I mean, we have seen the ultimate golden point 5 times so far in MLTT history. Once this weekend, the Princeton, Texas match. Sorry to remind Smash fans about that. When Jinshin Wang outdueled Kasahara.
That was coming back from 2016.
Yeah,
Time.
Leading.
that was wild.
I mean, how heartbreaking is that to save 4 match points?
I mean, the story of Texas this weekend is certainly different if they win that match and
Game
they
3.
take it 14-7
Gold Rush
instead of
serve.
falling 13-8.
What a return by Daryl Sal on that third ball attack.
0-1.
Daryl staying just a tad closer. So in delivering those counterattacks, he's going to have the upper hand.
1-1.
Who's your pick here in game 3, Sean?
I just like Daryl's positioning right now. It seems his defense is working, and it's not defense as in chopping and lobbing, but it's just blocking the balls back and keeping Kai off balance.
1-2.
But Kai is such a shot maker. If he can take a full swing, there's really not much anything anyone can do. Daryl plays so good up at the table. He just has to stay on the offense.
3-1.
Very strong play by Daryl. Got the first attack in, and they just kept on top of it. Kai unable to handle the misdirection and the depth of Daryl's shot. A lot of free points off the serve for Kai Jong.
2-4.
Yeah, we don't talk about it a ton with players winning points because of their serve. But that's an underrated factor.
Yeah, everyone at the higher levels has fairly decent serve return. They can read the spin on the serve. They know where to place it back. Some of the players we've seen, like Enzo, who really varies their serve, mixes it up, can put more pressure. Daryl with another error on a high ball.
Line 3.
Generally, he would make that without any difficulty.
What chance do you give Macbeth and Wong against the best doubles team in the league?
If they can win one game,
they feel good about it?
Yeah, instead of getting swept. But I think Hong Lin...
Is that a mindset that you can go into a match with and be successful?
I think so. I mean, the challenge is you cannot afford to give the other team 3 points. And if you're thinking, let's just get that first game, and if that doesn't work, then you just say the same thing, let's get the second game. If that doesn't work, you just keep fighting regardless. But if you think you're going to go out there and win 3 straight, you're on the other side of the arousal curve. You're just thinking that too confidently that all of a sudden I should be winning, then you'll get frustrated. And that's not going to work in this game. And there's Kai's step around. Set up nicely with the deep serve. Daryl did the right thing to open up. It's just too high and not in a great location. Another easy error. Daryl not happy with himself at all. Much better location for Daryl Sao. If he had gone to the forehand, Kai was ready. Instead, just took a little bit of pace off the ball, took it down the line. Again, deep serve, challenging Daryl to do something with his backhand. Kai Jung really mixing up the type of spin and the depth. Deep serve, Daryl makes a great opening. Kai puts his paddle on it, and then Daryl unable to convert.
I've seen Daryl come back before, but this is a tough task, trailing by 4 at 9-5. Well, that's a start.
And Kai's serve return, he just tried to keep it short, didn't worry about the height, but that makes it way too easy for Daryl to step in. Oh, that's a great block down the line by Kai Jong.
Catching the edge to set up match point. Clink.
Going for the winner.
Got some points to waste, but he would love to finish it right here on his serve. Otherwise, it'll go back to Daryl's paddle. Kai Jong able to finish it off and take 2 out of 3. Two players split a pair of golden points. And then Kai Jong steady enough to finish it over Darryl Sao. Exciting match, but that's back-to-back 2 out of 3 victories for the Gold Rush, and they lead 4-2 as we head to doubles.
I think Kai's experience was really just the difference. His ability to change up, move the serves around, and again, his backhand has always been doing a good job for him.
Kai Jong joins us now. Thanks for popping the headset on, Kai. I mean, couple of golden points in that match. You guys split them. Ultimately, in Game 3, what was the difference for you getting the job done?
I'm very happy that I win at the end because my ankle, start feeling the pain. As you can see, I wear like the guard. I think just the second game, 10-8. There's like 2 easy shots. I try to win, for like big crazy shots. I think I should have just like put the ball on table. But overall, I'm happy to win the match.
When you miss one of those big crazy shots, does your mind tell you to pull back a little bit and not go for it the next time?
Yes, it did. And even like my coach, gave me the signs like, slow, just on table. But my arm just like
your arm wants to go big.
Yeah.
So Kai, my question for you is, you've played professionally in Europe. Now you're playing Major League Table Tennis. How would you compare the 2 experiences?
To be honest, like in Germany, I played the second Bundesliga, and compared to like the venue, the hall, and like the professionalism here, I think like MLTT is just much better than second Bundesliga. I don't know about like the first Bundesliga because I never played, so I'm really happy to be here. Yeah.
And how pleased and grateful are you to be a part of this Carolina Gold Rush team that just continues to dominate pretty much whoever your competition is?
Yeah, I think like we just start, like to build like the momentum, the confidence, and like the team are very, like happy and really like enjoy, like the tournament here. Like we're having fun. I think we're not like treating, like too serious or like too nervous. So we try to just like be ourselves and relax and play our game. And so like the result turned out pretty good.
Before we let you go, Kai, put your analyst hat on for me. What has made Enzo and Hong so successful playing doubles?
I think just like the style match, and also like they trust each other. I think like Hong is pretty good like the short games, and Enzo is able to pull out the shots at the end. Yeah.
Appreciate your perspective. We'll see you in the Golden Game, Kai. Well done. 2 out of 3 for Jong over Cao, and now it's Angles and Lin, ranked 1 and 3 in the current MLTT power rankings, respectively. Going against Macbeth and Wong, who will have their hands full. But as Sean said, if they could get one game, they'd be thrilled. That adventure begins now.
I mean, with the Gold Rush, they're the only team that, even though you're changing orders every game from who's serving to and who's receiving, they can break that order because they play so well as a team. Just like Kai Jong was saying, their styles really match up nicely. Angles with a lot of speed. Gets his forehand in. Hong Lin playing with the pips out surface. She can really take pace off the ball and, of course, smash it. Look at that, right off the bounce, off of David Macbeth's very strong opening.
I feel like part of a good doubles team as well is a player's ability to let go of a bad shot, because the doubt can creep in that you feel like you're letting your partner down, and if you let that one mistake compound itself to additional mistake, then it can really snowball. But we don't see that from Enzo and Hong. They move on really quick. And
yeah, and I think it goes back to, again, what Kai Jong was saying. It's the trust. When you make a mistake, not having to fear the repercussions of your teammate looking at you like, why'd you miss that shot? But hey, let's play the next ball. You don't have to waste energy in second guessing yourself. And again, the communication, so big. After each point, giving a little thumbs up, maybe a low 5. And also communicating what type of serve and serve return. Look at that. That ball could hit the ground. in the footwork of the Gold Rush with the righty-lefty combination. Enzo can basically cheat and move halfway up the table to return the serve. Oh, and that time, McBeth does a great job of crossing them over. When you're playing against a righty-lefty pair, anytime you can get the players to cross over in front of each other or behind, you're opening up the table. Righties will play more of a circular motion in footwork. Righty-lefty can basically camp out in their home backhand corners. And that's a tough angle for McBeth to make.
5-6.
Oh, McBeth. Great off the table.
7-5.
And Texas doing a nice job
They sure are.
keeping each other's game into the strength. Again, great placement, wide angles, sending Enzo cross court and then going the opposite direction. And that's what Enzo wants to do.
Yeah,
Step around the backhand.
How many times have we seen Angles and Lin, down 7-5, 8-6, and then they come back and win the thing?
And it's almost like they're playing singles when they set each other up. Enzo stepping around the backhand, delivering strong forehands, and then Hong Lin placing the ball, and then any weak ball she'll smash away.
A little off balance there. Angles sails it long. McBeth and Emily Wong have a real opportunity.
Emily did a nice job forcing Enzo to cross the center line. Oh, great over the table forehand hit by Hong Lin. Not uncommon for somebody who learned the game in China to have a great short game. Emily Wong, excellent block off the bounce. And again, out to the forehand side. They know that they don't want to see Angles from the backhand corner if possible.
Angles unable to land it on the table, and it's a handful of game points here for the underdogs in this doubles match, McBeth and Wong.
And he's normally golden on this shot. We've seen him fade away and go down, trying to add extra power with McBeth in the backcourt. And once again, that service giving David McBeth just fits. Wow, Hong Lin with a powerful forehand over the table.
Everyone's breath skipped a beat with that ball ticking off the net, because this could have easily caught the edge and given the opening game to the smash. Instead, from 10-8 down, Angles and Lin have the golden point.
Look for Lin to control this serve short.
And Angles sends it into the net, and Texas takes game one here in the doubles.
Go to match.
Lin's push back did not stay short enough. Emily Wong got the job done with the first attack. Not a ball that Angles wanted to have to counterattack.
Oh, riveting stuff here in the doubles. Certainly a surprise. And I mean, you talked about how Texas wanted to win one game. They've got that done. Now's the time to dream a little bit.
Yeah, and I would think, again, the order is going to change, so the points will vary now. But for Texas, I'd like for them to just continue to say, hey, let's just fight, try to win one game. Forget the first game. Just try to win one game and keep that same mentality. Keep the expectations in check. Don't get overconfident. It's not likely that will work against a team of Hong Lin and Enzo Angles. Think that you're going to just shut them out.
Time.
But we will see the order changing.
So the order last time was Angles hitting to Macbeth. Now Angles will be hitting to Wong. And similarly, Macbeth was hitting to Hong Lin. Now Macbeth will be hitting to Enzo.
Right. So Macbeth is probably going to take more opportunities to play it safe, try to take the offense away. Hong Lin needs to be offensive minded so that Macbeth doesn't have a chance to have some free swings. And that's exactly what Hong Lin does. Gets the first backhand opening away from Macbeth, forcing a very difficult angle to play down the line. And Hong Lin, just a master of the short game. She would love to have that last golden point back and just drop it short. Look at that forehand. Putting instant pressure on Macbeth. This is where Macbeth has to play it safe. Unless it's a weak serve, look for him to just drop it. So now Hong Lin gets to be the star of the team, playing offense, going for her shots. Not an easy ball to return due to the pips out. Sponge on her forehand.
So we could debate what the better order is, perhaps. But would you rather have the better order, quote unquote, for the
Second game.
For game one in the first half of game three, or game two in the second half of game three?
It's going to all
You want game two?
game two and the end of game three, because it's 10-10 in game three. I don't want to have to play a situation where I've got to make a shot I'm not comfortable with. As a player who loved mixed doubles, I would often, if our team won the toss, we'd give the serve away to the other team and then set up so that our better order was in game two and really not worry about game one. Just fight as hard as you can.
Yeah.
Try to steal that one and then boom, get him in game two with a better order. If needed, go to game three and then again, fight to 5 and then know that you're having your best order at the end of the game. Oh, great shot by Carolina, just really working well as a team. Both players attacking, moving the ball around. You can see how much movement the Texas Smash has to do just to keep their forehands in play. You can see Macbeth just going for too much right now, realizing the deficit is too large.
Still a ton of game points here to even up this doubles match for Angles and Lin.
Heavy spin.
After dropping the opening game 11-10, Angles and Lin respond back with force 11-4.
Just really playing as a team so well, where Hong Lin came out and dictated the first 6 points, allowing Angles to just deal with positioning, adding a little extra spin to all of his shots. Basically handing over the ball to a different quarterback, and Hong Lin did a great job.
You know, These two teams, Sean, you know, Carolina had the most points in the league coming into the weekend. Texas had the fewest points in the league coming into the weekend. Fewest other than Chicago, I should say. Chicago had more coming in, but Chicago's got more now. But we've seen, you know, 3 really competitive matches. Both have been 1-1 through 2 games. Carolina has taken game 3 to take a 4-2 lead overall. Now 5-3. It's been tight. It's been intense.
And I think the styles of play, especially with David McBeth, who is quite different than most of the opponents that Enzo has played on the East Coast. Tall player, a lot of spin, a lot of power. In those extended rallies, can really use that leverage.
0-0.
In the doubles, McBeth has been playing exceptionally well in these first sets of points to get to 5. Texas is going to need as many as possible. And there, McBeth takes a little bit of spin off of his push. Hong Lin goes long. And there, look at the backhand.
0-2.
Wow. David McBeth, a great backhand. Hong Lin just jumped on top of it. Just seeing the upper hand in the placement as the smash forced to run all over the table.
Some impressive angles taken by Carolina on that point.
And now Gold Rush establishing the lead in the order that favors Texas. Good job by Emily Wong. She's got to attack when the opportunity presents itself. Just has to be careful not to let that ball sit up high off of her loop, because otherwise Enzo will step around it and drive it. He knows he needs to be closer to the table. That's what he just mentioned to his team. A nice deep push by Anglaise.
3.
He's been mixing it up well, sometimes dropping it short. That time went for the deep jamming push.
It's a great showcase of doubles. Players flying around, finding angles. That was nice.
Just a little bit of everything. Got the fans on their feet courtside. I think David McBeth was a little embarrassed with how excited the fans got. And players, Evan, treat that like a golden point to get to 5 first. You want to have that lead going into the final order.
So good news for Carolina. They dominated this order in game 2, won 11 of the 15 points. See if they can do it again. Certainly wouldn't bet against them.
And you could just see the complete table control, moving the opponents left and right, forcing them to cross behind each other. Wow. McBeth continues to display the power. That time Hong Lin was going for a deep serve and McBeth was stepping around to use a backhand. Again, very strong play on the serve return. Using his wrists, McBeth really solid over the table.
6-6.
Great job by Emily Wong to get that first attack going. And McBeth, very strong off of Hong Lin's forehand opening.
Timeout taken by Carolina after McBeth and Wong,
Timeout.
only won 4 of the 15 points in game 2 with this order. They've won 3 of the first 4 here after the team switched sides with Carolina up 5-4 in game 3.
So one thing, Evan, that I'm seeing that I hadn't taken into consideration is McBeth in doubles, he can get back already. He's not stuck up at the table like we see in singles, so he can camp out. That's what he's able to do on Hong Lin's attacks. Just take a half a step back early on in the rally. When she plays that quick ball, he's got a free swing.
Golden point right now in doubles over on table 2. Provost and Tan versus Hagberg and Ortiz, and the Seattle Spinners are having their best day yet here in Rock Hill. They've taken the first 2 games in doubles, with Hagberg and Ortiz coming from behind in game number 2. We've got a 2-game-to-none lead over there.
Time.
Here we're the business end of game number 3 in the doubles match, and Carolina trying to find the right answer before we go back to singles with Hazin and Revite on deck.
Oh, a very aggressive, deep push by Enzo into Emily Wong's forehand, just really challenging her to play offense. She went for the quick push.
We're tied 7-7.
I think that 7-8.
Excuse
The
me.
scorekeeper was a little slow.
Yeah, 8-7 lead now for Carolina. Excuse me.
And what they decided was to play shorter balls on McBeth. Very smart tactics.
7-9.
Staying away from McBeth's backhand. Emily Wong makes her smash to bring Texas within 1. Great ball control. A lot of communication with Carolina.
Wow. Angles takes the net ball and smashes it back.
He's so fast, quickly getting around that ball on the pop-up. Will McBeth go for a winner? Puts the pressure on Carolina. McBeth's backhand has been very effective on the serve return. Lin really needs to make sure her serve is low. Anything high, count on McBeth going offensive. McBeth.
10-10. There's a golden point at the end of game one. Texas won it.
Will Enzo go deep on the serve return? He's done it a number of times.
Should he?
Just jamming it. I'd keep it short. I wouldn't.
He goes for the winner, and he gets the game as the deflection off Wong's paddle sails errantly long, and it's an 11-10 win on the golden point for the Carolina Gold Rush. That's 3 straight matches where Carolina has had the goods at the end of game 3, and they've got a 6-3 lead.
And Enzo, so experienced, expecting the short serve, but when it went long, changed his mind and made the quick attack. McBeth unhappy about the service error, but played a tremendous match to get to the golden point.
Enzo, another exciting match. What's going through your mind there at 10-10 as you take that last swing?
Have to be aggressive and look for the long ball. So, yeah, it was a difficult game, actually, because we had some problem about line, about cross, about like, we didn't play smart at all. Each time we were playing smart, we were winning, and somehow we were coming back to some things that were out of our rhythm. And yeah, it was mentally a bit more difficult, but, and also, I mean, David McBeth was also very good in receive. That brought us a lot of struggle, because when someone like this is able to flick with the backhand, I mean, basically he knows exactly where the ball is coming. So you just have to sit there and just go. So or you play really short or you play long, but he was adapting and adjusting himself very good.
You know, Enzo, I thought that the shot selection that you were making, whether you're dropping short to Emily or jamming deep, just put so much pressure on her that made a huge difference.
Yeah, it made a huge difference, but also after that, Onglin could catch the balls, and I mean it's double. We play together, and so if I play aggressive, but after she doesn't follow, my aggressivity doesn't make sense. So we have to adjust all the time for each other.
Appreciate your time again, Enzo. We'll see you in the golden.
Yeah, hopefully for the win.
That has not been uncommon.
I was just going to say that's been the one constant thing that we can count on.
Yeah, the Gold Rush are now 10-2 in golden games in Major League Table Tennis. They are far and away lapping the field in that department. And this is going to be an interesting singles match as we turn our attention to Jeremy Hazin from Canada and Johan Rebete from Switzerland. Who do you give the edge to, and what do you expect from a stylistic standpoint?
I love Jeremy Hazin as a NYU student athlete, does well in the collegiates, but my money's going to be on Rebete. He's just in much better form. His game is so solid, both forehand and backhand. Jeremy is going to have to land some big shots, and if he just plays safe, it's going to be a moving target. And I think he knows that he's going to have to do something outside of his comfort zone to get the W here. That ball caught the edge. Again, Jeremy, excellent sportsmanship. First person to point it out, even if the umpire didn't see it. When you point out an edge against you, you're going to get any close call from your opponent if it's a net serve, if they're unsure, because they just realize you're here to play, you're not here to get cheap points, as much as everyone wants to win. That's it. Rebete has done that deep serve. That is a jumping serve. It is so quick, reverse pendulum, but cross court to the forehand. And this is what Rebete is going to do, is just put pressure on Hazin. Hazin's going to have to move his feet, much more than that, to get some offense going. Such a beautiful backhand, so smooth. Johan Rebete just picture-perfect technique. Evan, I think this is one of the matchups that Coach Jorg was looking at with sweep potential. Not often you can do that against the Gold Rush.
Hazin snaps the long string and gets back within 4.
And Rebate's backhand, it's so lethal, especially against lefties, because it's going cross-court out to their wide forehand. Anytime you can knock the lefty out of their backhand corner, they're not going to be as sure of themselves.
7-3.
Those are big service points for Rebate. We know he's got the kicker out to the forehand, but he also is using the short ball to the backhand. And look at that backhand play right off the bounce.
Three, 9.
Just so smooth,
3-10.
even on the defense. And how fast was that?
11-3 for Yohan Rebate. And we'll see if the Texas Smash can build on this, if Hazin can turn the momentum back in his favor. Now 6-4 in the overall team tally. Over on table 2, Sean, Seattle swept the doubles, so they've got a 6-3 lead. It's one of the better performances we've seen from a West Division team, certainly outside of Bay Area so far this weekend.
It's really exciting to see Timothy Wong, multiple-time U.S. men's singles champion, 2-time Olympian, getting some playing time for the Chicago Wind. And look at that backhand. Just so smooth. There's no hesitation, going for the winner, but not knocking himself out of position to do it.
2. Smash, serve. 0-0.
Oh, service error, going for that aggressive serve deep cross court.
0-1.
And you can see that Rebate wants to establish the backhand out to the forehand. Just doesn't want to see Jeremy blocking from the backhand corner. And out to the forehand, and then boom, cross court. And Jeremy knows that's going to happen. There's nothing he can do to stop it, though. He's got to get some attacks in, and not just play keeping the ball on the table. That's much better. Got to force the forehand.
1-3.
Effective serve.
2-3.
It's the right shot for Jeremy. He has to loop the serves that come off the end of the table. If he pushes them, he's going to see that backhand loop again.
Rebate back in front here in game 2.
3-4.
Seeing the frustration from Hazin in the body language right now.
3.
Another service error, the second one in this game. Half of Hazin's points
4.
are off of service errors by Rebate.
4-6.
And you can just see Rebate wants to get the ball out to the forehand side. Jeremy
7.
is so much more predictable when that ball's on the forehand. From the backhand, he can turn and play the ball anywhere, but on the forehand, Most of his shots will go
7-5.
cross-court into the backhand, forcing him to kind of be in no man's land when he stands in the center of the table. Again, had the open shot down the line, but decided to keep it going out to the forehand side. Jeremy just happy to put his paddle on the ball. Oh, great backhand punch there by Hazin. You can just see Hazin. The Texas fans are feeling good.
Rebate with one more game point on his serve here. Missed it. So Hazin with an opportunity here to try and come back and steal this thing on his serve. Get it to 10-10, then who knows?
I think Hazin loves the golden point concept. He wouldn't want to have to win a deuce game here.
(11-8) for Rebate after taking game one, 11-3. Overall, pretty dominant, 22-11 so far. And he'll be seeking the sweep that would tie up this team match, 6 points apiece.
And it just seems with Rebate missing so many of his own serves, that's providing Hazin with a number of free points, but clearly dominating the overall rallies, especially playing that ball out to Hazin's forehand has really served him well.
I mean, with what we've seen so far, that point for Rebate confirms that the winner of this team match will be decided by the golden game. It's an area where Texas has struggled, not just this weekend, but throughout the season. They're now 4-8 in golden games compared to Carolina's remarkable 10-2.
And I think both coaches are eyeing up and sizing up which players they want to see give their team the advantage. Rebate does a nice job of catching Hazin over the table.
Oh, great stuff. 21-year-old Yohan Rebate getting better as this match progresses.
Just so solid. Rebate, no weaknesses, keeping the ball on the table, but with a lot of pace, good placement, most importantly, terrific balance.
0-5.
Does Hazin still believe he can come back here, down 6-0?
I would say it's less and less likely. I think he needs to take a lot of risks. Maybe go for some bigger shots, but Rebete is just winning in all phases. Placement, serve, serve, return. And again, he's never playing shots that he can't make. Maybe that last one was a bit jammed, but when you're up 8-0, you've got a couple of those in your bag that you can throw. And that's what Hazin needed to do right from the start. It's just serve and start being super aggressive so that he can create some opportunities. Keeping the ball in play against a player like Rebete, who has such a strong backhand, out to your forehand. Not good tactics. So just constant pressure out to the forehand.
2-10.
Wow.
11.
Well, didn't decide the match, but a good little piece of fortune at the end to help Rebete close it out. That was an impressive demolition. 11-3, closer in the middle game, 11-8, but then 11-2 to finish it off, and you add it all up, Sean, 33-13.
Yeah, that was just a little bit of a clinic on how to play a lefty who isn't necessarily going to attack a lot. But Rebete getting the job done, and I'm sure the coach, Jörg Bitsugaya, will like to get that matchup to occur in the Golden Game if possible.
Yohan's going to pop the headset on. We're getting ready for Romain Lorenz and Hiromitsu Kasahara in another anticipated singles match. But Yohan, man, that was impressive. 33-13 was the aggregate score across the 3 games. Did you expect to dominate in that fashion, or did you expect and anticipate a closer match today?
No, I expected a great fight, actually. Rallies and stuff, because he's an amazing blocker. Like, I played him with a combine. Yeah, I think I served like pretty awesomely, like serve and volley tennis would have been. But yeah, he had troubles. Like I kept going. Like I'm also super happy that I continue to, to serve on that quality. So yeah.
It also seemed like anytime your backhand could go out to his forehand, you just knocked him out of his backhand corner, and he had nothing to follow up with. As a righty, it seems like playing lefties is maybe one of your favorites.
Yeah, I mean, it depends if they can be aggressive on my service. Like, this is really the key, but as long as I can make them play like short backhand, then along with a good quality on the forehand, I know I have the advantage, so that makes me even more confident, and I could see it here.
With that 3-0 sweep, your Texas team is now tied for the team match. It's obviously going to come down to the Golden Game again. Your team has not won a Golden Game yet this weekend. What's going to be the key today to get that job done and when it really counts?
Yeah, I mean, first, like, nothing has been done, right? It's only 6-6, so it's still 50-50. And yeah, I think we have a great spirit for today. We play really relaxed. They have the pressure, we don't, so let's keep it off.
All right, Yohan, well said, well played. We'll see you in a Golden Game in just a little bit.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Again, this is going to be a very interesting matchup with Lorenz against Kasahara. Kasahara is going to stay up to the table and try to play off the bounce very fast. Lorenz going to run all over the court, trying to get his forehand into play. Should be a lot of longer rallies just because Lorenz isn't going to give up. But the timing of Kasahara is going to be the key for him. Can he take the ball early and off the bounce and keep the constant pressure? Or will Lorenz's relentless returns pose problems for him?
Well, a reminder of what these two are playing for right now. With the score tied 6-6, the winner of this singles match between Lorenz and Kasahara will give their team the lead heading into the Golden Game. And why does that matter? The team with the lead heading into the Golden Game is 36-12 so far in MLTT history. So, I mean, doesn't guarantee a win, but 3/4 of the time, the team with the lead has taken the Golden Game. It's been even more common than that. 10 out of 12 times this weekend so far, the team with the lead has won the Golden Game.
Anytime a team can get a sweep and take those 4 points, can completely change the dynamics of the Golden Game. And there's the counter loop of Kasahara. Lorenz has to be careful. If he opens up to the wrong location, the same as giving the attack over to Kazuhara. So effective. Evan, I'd almost think that Roman would be better off playing a short ball, force Kazuhara to open up and play off of that one versus just giving him a ball to swing at. Great return there off of a counterattack by Kazuhara. Lorenz able to block it back. Not an easy way to win a point. Much smarter by Lorenz, staying on the backhand side.
Unable to put it away though. Kazuhara, great defense for a long time, but finally Lorenz able to take the point.
And in those situations, a player like Lorenz, he's going to just live playing these balls to the backhand, knowing that he's not going to face a counterattack. If it takes him 10 shots, 15 shots, he's comfortable with that because there's no pressure on him. Anytime you go out to the forehand when someone's lobbing, you risk that big counterattack. And Kazuhara continues to keep the pressure on Roman Lorenz. Miss hit on that last ball by Kazuhara. Did all the work, but nothing to show for it.
Yeah.
You see Lorenz running all over the court. Had the ball on his paddle, unable to convert. A nice service there by Lorenz. Kazuhara using a short little side spin fade. Just trying to use the spin to send it back to the forehand side.
Lorenz was down early here, but he is battled his way back into this thing. Going for the deep serve, leading to the error.
He's trying to be too perfect with the return. He doesn't want that ball to pop up.
Well, he's heard you say so many times you want to return it short.
Not that short. Lorenz lives and dies with his forehand attack. He doesn't want to try to be winning games with his backhand loop off the bounce. He's got to get his step around going.
6.
Game points, Kasahara. And the Texas Smash have surged into the lead.
Smash. 11-6.
In these last 2 matches, just showing a lot of confidence, not necessarily having to play amazing shots, but just play their game and getting the job done.
It's interesting, Sean, because you have Carolina, who's cleared heads and shoulders above the rest, and Texas, with what they've done so far, they're near the bottom. But we looked at the lineup and thought, this Texas lineup, the way they match up, I kind of like their chances today.
I mean, you look at it, just started with McBeth, and you could see how tight Enzo was to get that first 2-1 victory, and things could have changed. Doubles going to the very end on the final point. You saw Rebete just dominating Jeremy Hazine. No, absolutely. The Kai Jung over Daryl Sao was no easy match either, so I think Rebete was correct that nothing's really happening so far. When they go into that golden game, it's anyone's ball game, and they're ready to play, but right now they could start with a lead.
Go rush serve.
Lorenz is going to have to establish his offense.
This is the time of the match where I start thinking about which coach should throw a wrinkle into the golden game order to try to mix it up a little bit. Sean, there have been exceptions, but I feel like more often than not, the coaches have mostly played it safe when it comes to the golden game order and just gone with the status quo rather than really mixing it up and taking a risk.
It's a little bit like football going for 2. A lot of them just taking the extra point, not risking looking foolish by trying to do something that might not be there, that might convert. But remember, with the Gold Rush, kind of the wild card, Hong Lin, she has been so amazing in the golden game, especially when she is paired up against the other ladies. I mean, right now, Kasahara is just firing on all cylinders. Short game, and then from the backcourt with these beautiful block winners. Credit Lorenz, kept his cool and got his forehand into play after blocking a series of very strong attacks by Kasahara. And that's what Lorenz has to do. Serve and get that first forehand attack, move the ball around.
Bastion DuPont and Zalangles, Hong Lin, all looking on. I know it's not going to be a 5-0 lead to start the golden game. It's going to be 1-0 or 3-0, one way or another. Lorenz with his first lead here in game 2 against Kasahara.
And Lorenz, such a fighter, regardless of the score. You know he's going to come at you with his best game. Oh, great drop shot off the serve.
That stunned Kasahara completely.
Kasahara took a full swing. And that ball was not coming off the end of the table, and he just had to hit the brakes. Lorenz asked if that ball might have caught the edge. Didn't get any feedback. on the positive nature there. Kazahara just getting his first attack in on demand. Such a nice job. Oh, beautiful deep surprise push by Lorenz. Really caught Kazahara jammed. Looked like Kazahara was stepping in. Lorenz somehow saw that, opted to change up his placement and just send it deep into the body. And that's the problem. Kazahara, when he attacks wide out to the forehand, just puts so much stress on Lorenz to run those down and then to leave an open backhand side.
Next.
Seven all.
And Lorenz just putting good pressure on Kazahara into the backhand corner.
If Roman Lorenz had somehow won that point, we would be looking at that as one of the points in the entire season.
Just, you know, Lorenz is going to have to use his forehand that far back, and just waited for the opportunity to try to sneak that ball in. But credit Kazahara, just relentless with his forehand loops. The big challenge for Lorenz is, does he go extra offensive to force his forehand into play, or just get Kazahara to take a crazy shot and mix it up with the timing?
This has been a really good second game between Lorenz and Kazahara here. Feels like the way this match has gone, it should go to a rubber game, but Kazahara with other ideas. Big serve here for Roman Lorenz.
Oh,
good one.
First serve on the previous 9-7 short to the forehand, this time a little deeper to the middle. Kazahara decided he was going to play a backhand, but there's not much angle when that reverse pendulum serve goes into the deep middle. Kazahara got the first strike.
10-9.
Lorenz needs to do something with this serve. He's going to play it short. It has to stay low. He can't let that ball pop up off his racket.
Game point, Kasahara. He takes it, 11-9, and he's fired up.
A big backhand from the backcourt. Kasahara sends it cross court, heavy side spin. Lorenz just stunned that this ball came back to him with so much force and side spin. Just jammed into his body, unable to step around.
Yeah, that was really good stuff from Hiromitsu Kasahara. Impressive for the 34-year-old from Tokyo.
Have we ever seen the Gold Rush in this position, potentially going into the Golden Game, down 2 or 3 points?
We have. We have seen them in October deliver one of the only 2 5-0 comebacks when they were down 10-5 overall on the scoreboard against Princeton. And they won the Golden Game to shock the Revolution down in Myrtle Beach. So we have, but to your point, I mean, that was a huge win for Kasahara because Texas will have a lead going into the Golden Game. And I think part of it is, Sean, you know, the team that has the lead going into the Golden Game picks who they're putting in the 2 and the 3 spot.
Exactly.
And
such an advantage.
That's 8 of the first 11 points of the Golden Game.
If you feel that there's a style advantage, or if one of the players has had a lot of success, not just in Major League Table Tennis, but over the history of their careers, having that extra confidence makes a huge difference.
And that's not something that we've talked a whole lot about. And obviously, you know, the opposite coach can pick their player as well who's playing in that spot, but they're picking a player to match up.
The other thing is the momentum going into that first point right now. Texas in a position where they could have won the last 6 games after that very thrilling doubles match.
3-1.
Pull a double sweep. Kasahara continuing to give Roman Lorenz so much difficulty with his attacks. Roman has to get his forehand into play.
2-4.
Again, in the backhand-to-backhand exchanges, Kasahara superior. Going forehand to forehand, Lorenz much more comfortable as they change at 5 in the final game.
Lorenz trying to fire himself back up.
5-3.
Just a lot of frustration here with Lorenz. Unable to get his game into play.
Within fours, they go back to the towels. Kasahara trying to complete the 3-0 sweep and give the Smash a 3-0 lead heading into the Golden Game. And look, Lorenz is not out of this right now, but these next few points, even if he doesn't come back and win this particular match, as we see the timeout taken by Texas, could go a long way to changing his mindset for the Golden Game, which we've already said is the most important part of this match. It will decide who wins and who loses.
And I think if you're Texas, you want to do everything within your power to line up these last two matches that we've seen into the Golden Game. Anytime you can sweep the opponent 3-0, 3-0, you've got to feel that the chance of getting a 3-1 or even a sweep in the Golden Game is that much stronger. And to go in with a lead, that could spell disaster for the Gold Rush.
The score was 6-3 in the team tally in favor of Carolina. But Rebate swept Hazin. Kasahara 3 points away from trying to sweep Lorenz and turn around the 6-3 deficit into a 9-6 lead. But then we got 6 more points up for grabs, and Kasahara can finish off. We're looking at a 15-6 final or the come from behind 12-9 victory for Carolina.
Oh, Lorenz somehow able to counterattack that ball. Even put his finger up saying, sorry, that was quite a timed shot off the bounce in the opposite direction.
Next.
And Lorenz is not giving an inch. He's fighting for every point. Would love to make this a 1-point differential if possible. Did everything he could to keep his forehands going. Kasahara just too strong on the blocks, moving the ball all over the table. And Lorenz forcing the action, goes long. Four match points for Texas.
Oh, Lorenz.
Even Kasahara basically wanted to give him a thumbs up on that loop down the line. Not an easy ball to redirect. Now Lorenz with the serve to try to force a golden point.
Hiromitsu Kasahara sweeps Romain Lorenz impressively to give the Texas Smash their 6th straight point. Back-to-back sweeps from Rebate and Kasahara will create a 3-point lead for Texas as they go for the upset of the top dogs in the entire league, the Carolina Gold Rush. York Bitzigayo and Alex Yang will determine the order for the Golden Game here, but we can relive what we have seen. Enzo Angles was very good again, but he's going to have to pull a rabbit out of his hat in the Golden Game, which we've seen him do before.
He's definitely playing with good momentum, taking the doubles event as well on the final point.
Daryl Sao, really intense match with Kai Jong, but Kai winning game 3, 11-7 after the first 2 games went to the golden point. Another rubber game in doubles, won by Angles and Lin. The top doubles duo in the league delivers. But Rebete and Kasahara have been the story of the past half hour, leading into the golden game. As we send it down to the commissioner of Major League Table Tennis, Flint Lee.
Okay, we've got Texas Smash are leading the Carolina Gold 9-6. Texas will start with a 3-point edge. Carolina, your first pick. Hong Lin is your first pick. Emily is Texas's first pick. Second? Yohan Rebete is your second pick. Your second pick, coach? Romain Lawrence is your second. Who's your third? Enzo Angles is your third. Who's your third, coach? David Macbeth is your third. Who's your fourth? Daryl Sao is your fourth, making Hiro your fifth. You have Jeremy and Kai up against Daryl as your next pick for 4. Jeremy or Kai? Daryl and Hiro. Daryl Sao. Jeremy or Kai? Jeremy making Kai your fifth. Good luck, coaches.
Interesting. So we begin with the women. Hong Lin versus Emily Wong. But, we saw Rebete play Hazin. Now we'll get Rebete versus Lawrence. Angles Macbeth is a repeat. But get your popcorn ready for Sao and Hazin, and particularly Kai Zhang and Hiromitsu Kasahara.
Going to be very tight for both teams. I think the women are going to set the stage. Going to have to give the advantage to Hong Lin. Her experience, her style of play. Plays very safe, but when the opportunity presents itself, she will finish the ball. Very strong on the forehand side.
And Texas has 3 points on the board. Hong Lin will serve, try to get the gold rush within 2. And she does.
Will the backhand of Rebete override the forehand play of Romain Lawrence? Lawrence so strong. Good opening, stays with it, plays a very strong forehand counterattack off of Rebete's counterattack. There's the backhand of Rebete. Lawrence has to know that a deep shot into the backhand side is going to be met with a very effective backhand loop. And there you see Lawrence stepping around, getting his forehand into play. That is his bread and butter. Plays it so well to all locations on the table, but leaves the forehand wide open when he steps around.
Well, the 3-point lead is gone.
And you want to give a little credit to Coach Yang there. That was the switch in order, getting a 3 out of 4.
Angles versus Macbeth. These two guys put on a show earlier. Angles took 2 out of 3, but Macbeth certainly did more than hold his own against the league's #1 ranked player.
Let's serve. And Angle's able to break one of the serves. Can he hold his serve and take both of these?
Angle's going back to the super high ball toss there, Sean.
And just jumped in on that short return.
All the work that Texas did to create the 3-0 lead, it's gone.
And there, McBeth able to split points. Very strong backhand serve return. And this is going to be an interesting setup. Daryl Sal trying to get his forehand into play, but will he go into Jeremy Hazin's backhand?
Good start for Daryl Sal.
Out to the forehand.
Oh my goodness.
Daryl Sal over the table, no hesitation, big forehand. And that's Hazin's game. Quick play off the bounce from the backhand side. Sal has to be aware. And then Hazin getting the job done, taking his 2 points.
That's a huge pair of points for Hazin's confidence, obviously for the Gold Rush too, but
And
particularly Hazin, who struggled in singles today.
Right, and to have that matchup with Rebete not occur here. Again, Coach Yang showing some real strategy, but Kai Jung is going to have to make some smart choices here, because Kazahara is not going to give him an easy ball. Big thing, Kai Jung needs to stay up to the table. And now they've split on Kazahara's serve. A lot of firepower here in the Golden game.
Oh, what a return by Kazahara, who's just been money all game long.
Deep kicking serve. Kazahara turns the corner for the winner. And Kai Jung with the service winner. These teams so evenly matched.
10-all, Hong Lin and Emily Wong back to the table. They'll play 4 points now.
They only played one in the first go-round.
These will be their last 4 points, unless we're tied 20-20. And then we'd see them again for one more.
Hong Lin so stable in the backhand-to-backhand exchanges. Great job by Emily Wong. Get that first backhand topspin in. Well placed, nice and deep.
Hong Lin puts Carolina back up one. She's got one more serve to double the lead. And Carolina was down 3-0 at the start. They've led by one. They have not led by two yet. Could change right here. Nope. Into the net, and Wong able to earn the split, so it's 12-12 for Rebete and Lawrence.
Last time these guys met, it was 3-1 for Lorenz. See if he's able to keep that advantage going for the Gold Rush. And Rebete with an effective serve.
13-12.
Oh, look at that backhand. It caught the top of the net.
12.
But Rebete going, taking both points on his serve.
Big serve here for Roman.
Wow. A direct
13.
service winner.
They split the 4-point sequence again.
Those 2 points were huge for the Gold Rush. Lorenz worked so hard, first with a good serve and then that following forehand, and now the 2 big guns.
14 all. Macbeth needs this next one.
Absolutely. You do not want to be down 16-14 with Enzo serving.
Angles does what he does best, coming up huge in the big moments.
Over the table forehand, looping the winner to the open court.
Timeout, Texas.
Timeout.
Got to take a timeout right now and regroup. What shot selection by Enzo Angles. First with the digging forehand, underspin off the serve, and then the over the table forehand drive. Just completely going for it on David Macbeth's serve. The ball is in the Gold Rush's hand. Just so strong. Over the table, no hesitation.
Time.
Seizing the opportunity and just driving the ball home cross court. Enzo with the serve now.
14.
Can Macbeth get his offense going?
Macbeth able to bounce back and earn the point on Angles' serve.
We've seen Angles have some issues with the wide step around.
Angles earns 3 of the 4. A huge double fist pump and a roar toward the Texas bench.
And I have yet to see Angles so excited after a point.
Great camera work from our
Back.
crew,
1 second.
showing the emotion from Enzo Angles. Taking nothing for granted. Sal versus Zine.
And Sal, I really feel he'll be up for this challenge right now. He's going to play forehands. It's going to be up to Hazine if he can somehow stop the forehands of Daryl Sal. What a block by Hazine down the line
18.
to get that backhand to land. Incredible.
Remarkable.
That serve.
Back.
Hazine has put Carolina up by 3.
What a combination. Aggressive serve and then punching it out to the forehand.
And he sends that one long, but he did his job, Sean.
And he got the shot that he wanted, just couldn't convert on the last one.
So now, 19-17, Carolina leads. Kasahara needs to take at least 3 of these 4 from Kai Jong. Kasahara serves first. Oh, there's a winner.
And Kai Jung better be careful. He's got to hope that he can send it into a golden point because right now Kazuhara is just on fire.
Yeah, he is scorching hot. Kazuhara wants to win it because in the back of his mind he knows Hong Lin has the advantage if we go to the golden point.
And Kai Jung, how smart was that? Stepped over, instant offense off the backhand flip to guarantee 3 match points for the Gold Rush.
First 2 on Jung's serve. And that'll do it. The Carolina Gold Rush are the comeback kings yet again. And their reign atop Major League Table Tennis continues unabated.
Gold Rush, 21-18.
Just a great service selection by Kai Jung. It looked like there was a chance for the smash to come back and steal the victory. But Kai Jung slams the door with a great backhand attack and then a very strong serve to give Carolina the 12-9 win.
Carolina comes to Rock Hill, and out of a possible 84 total points that were available, they're going to leave with 64 of them.
Just amazing.
Remarkable stuff for Alex Yang's Gold Rush. Alex, you win again, but for the first time this weekend, you find yourselves behind going into the Golden Game. Texas had all the momentum with Rebete and Kazuhara playing great in the final singles matches. How did your team turn it around when it counted most?
I think they play super good, and for before Golden Game, I'm thinking I have to take a big risk. If I do normally, we will lose. So I take big risk. I flip everybody.
Love it.
But also I like 9-6 better than 7-8, because first one I will send Ling Hong. That's better.
Why is that better?
Because I will send the Ling Hong first, so we have an advantage for second round. I don't like they put the same order later, you know.
You know, the 2 matches or the 2 matchups, Romain Laurens coming big and scoring those 2 points, but also Jeremy Hazin just playing with so much experience against Daryl Sao. Do you think that was the difference in the Golden Game?
Yes, because all about the style. It's not like experience, all like the style. I think I pushed Kazuhara to 5th position is better for us because they will play 19-19 in 2020. I think Kai is a big fighter, so he never nervous, I feel.
I imagine you came here hoping to win every single match you played, expecting to win every single match you played. Now that you've done it, how does the accomplishment feel to show that you are not just atop the East, but you are atop the entire league?
So I cannot say top for the East is okay, but for West they missing too much players, so it's not really West the best real West level, you know. So still have 3 rounds for East, so I try to do our best to keep #1.
Oh, well done. Exciting stuff. Alex Yang, congrats. Have a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and we'll see you in Florida in the new year.
Yeah, thank you both to you too.
Alex Yang leads the Carolina Gold Rush to victory again. They started the weekend, Sean, 16-5 over the Bay, and then they smash, no pun intended, the Portland Paddlers 20-1. A 16-5 win over Seattle, and now Jeremy Hazin's Gold Rush earned the come-from-behind 12-9 win. A little different flavor to this one, Jeremy, after Texas had all the momentum going into the Golden Game. For you personally, after Yohan did to you what he did, how did you retake the table with the same confidence and mojo? Some huge points, some clutch points, and you delivered.
Yeah, actually, the last few team matches, including yesterday and the day before, and even last month, like I've been doing really well lately. And this was really a shock to me. All of a sudden, I don't know what I was doing. After a few games of doing well, all of a sudden, you would say I fell asleep during the match. And then when I tried to try my best and tried to fight hard, I don't know. I think my brain was a big off switch. But I think my teammates after that, my teammates told me it's okay, you know, that's life, you know, you cannot always play good. So they calmed me down a bit and made me refocus. And in the Golden game, okay, I didn't do like amazing, but I did much better. And I definitely helped the team like through the Golden game. So I'm really happy for my teammates' support. And they told me never to give up and just forget about what happened in the singles.
Well, Jeremy, your backhand was so dependable in the Golden game. I was surprised that Daryl tested it, but you came up big, not only with returning his strong forehand, but then punching that ball out. So you must have been very pleased with your effort there.
Well, actually, I think in the Golden game, players are very nervous, so they cannot take that much of a risk. So I think that's why he just automatically went to my backhand. I don't think he really tested my backhand. I think in a pressure situation, it's very safe just to go cross court and not straight line. So I think naturally and it benefited me, of course.
What have been your biggest takeaways, Jeremy, from being a part of Major League Table Tennis these last 3 months, part of the first place team in the league?
I definitely learned that teamwork is very important because throughout my career, I just played individually. I haven't played in many leagues. So I think definitely the last 3 months is how to support each other, and no matter what happens, we lift each other up in the moments that we are suffering. So that's the reason why we're first. Everybody is supportive of everybody.
Very well said. We'll leave it there. Congratulations, Jeremy. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We'll see you in 2024.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you too.
The Carolina Gold Rush, Sean, have set the standard, and they did it from the very beginning down in Daytona Beach in September. And, I mean, just look at that. They are lapping the field right now. Florida still has one more match coming up. We'll see them take the table here momentarily or in about an hour. But, I mean, we talked about it at the top of the show. We've talked about it all year long. Singles, doubles, Golden game. They are balanced. They are complete. They are excellent.
And I also think you've got to credit Coach Yang mixing the order up, seeing the style differentials, and willing to take the risk. But again, keeping things in check, realizing that while they are leading, there's a lot more play to come.
And I'm so glad that you brought that up and that he answered that the way he did, because you and I were discussing it, saying the teams that are trailing need to take more risks. And just by mixing it up, obviously not every team has a Hong Lin to put in the top spot after you know what she has done throughout the season.
Enzo played such big points against McBeth, going aggressive on his serve when he needed to. So really a complete Gold Rush team effort, everyone adding points to their total.
The Florida Crocs are getting ready to take the table in the next match. But MLTT.com/tickets if you want to join us in Florida or Oregon in January. We're back in the Sunshine State early February, then out to Everett, Washington, just outside of Seattle, and then Jersey in mid-March. Wichita will be the site of the April West Division event, and we're still awaiting details about the championship. Exciting stuff ahead. And we still got one more match today as the Florida Crocs will be up next against the Portland Paddlers. That's on table 1. Still action unfolding on table 2, the Atom Cast, with Chicago trying to come from behind against Seattle and snatch a Golden game from the Spinners. But Sean, I mean, I'm not sure what else we can say about the Gold Rush other than that we know who the team to beat is heading into 2024.
I mean, they've set the standard and everyone's looking at them.
Kasahara and McBeth, Rebete all had their moments, but you know, the story of MLTT, as good as you can be in singles, it really comes down to that Golden game, and no one has done it like Enzo Angles and the Carolina Gold Rush. Jeremy Hazim with some clutch moments, and Kai Jong finished it off 21-18 as the Gold Rush celebrate again a victory in Major League Table Tennis. For Sean O'Neill, I'm Evan Lepler saying so long for now. We'll see you in an hour for Florida and Portland.